How are you all?
Are you painting all the way up there now then?
No.
No, you can.
No, I'd rather be painting down here. I'd rather be painting down here, it's more comfortable.
Hey Pete! Everybody hydrate! That noisy little hydrate there. Was that just to prove that you're doing it? Oh no!
Yeah.
Did you want to chuck all that lot on the floor?
Not at all.
Sharon says she's all good. How about you?
I'm all alright. Are you all alright, missus?
I am, yeah. I did just chuck my entire wet palette and my palette and all the other junk that I've got at the side of me all over the floor.
Really
you need to tidy your desk.
Do need to tidy my desk. Do need to tidy my desk. Yes, I'm all right, thank you. I am just doing a little bit more details in on these Space Marines for a little bit of tidying up and a wash. Not going super mad on them. I will when I get to painting Alfarius, but not going super crazy on these guys. So long as they look alright on the tabletop, that is all that matters. The blobbed there. That's no good. What's everybody up to this evening, apart from watching the greatest stream on the interwebs?
Are we missing it? Oh, you mean ours?
Ours, of
look,
course.
Wicked D is just hydrated panda. I think you needed that. Look at all those little water droplets and hearts there, just for you, Wicked D, just for you.
What are you doing, dog? He's eating some more rope. He's feeling a bit cooped up today, I think, isn't he? Exercise isn't good enough for him. Although he never wants to go walk, that's the thing. And when you take him out, he's like, I don't want to go.
Sharon's painting orcs. Hi, secret squirrels. And red snails eating crisps.
Awesome.
I hope you're not eating crisps and painting. Like, if you're eating Doritos or Whatsits or something, and then you'll end up with orange all over your minis.
Yeah, that's why you need somebody to feed you crisps while you're gaming, painting, knitting.
Or are you just eating crisps and watching, relaxing and eating crisps? Wicked D's trying to decide what to cook for tea. What did we have? We had bacon and egg.
Bacon and egg.
Bacon and egg. That's what we went with. It's always a rush on a Tuesday. Tony says, trying to make my mind up which terrain crate to get to furnish my dungeon, as the rooms look a bit empty with nothing in them. Hey, Goblin Squire.
Good evening.
He says, evening everyone, slightly late tonight because I ate my dinner and fell asleep on the sofa like a proper old man. Awesome. Are you streaming tonight, Hamish? Look at that, look, sun's come out and completely ruined my my camera now. Again. Ricky says, I've got eggs, but lack the bacon. Oh, I bet you've got loads of food, though. You always, you do proper stuff, with food and create and things like that. We literally just, there's bacon, we'll just have to have bacon. We can't possibly cut it up or make something out of it. It has to just be there.
It's because, I've been thinking about this. It's because we don't like anything.
You like a lot more than I do. But
we...
I don't like anything.
We're fussy and we don't like a lot of veg and flavour inducing additive type stuff, do we? I don't mean like E-numbers, I mean herbs and things. You and Little Miss don't like spicy food.
Things that make it we don't like flavour, that's it, Goblin Square. We just don't like flavour. Have you changed the colour of your name too? Oh, actually, you're a different colour on every screen, so probably not. Goblin Squire says, I'm streaming, and if you raid over and I'm asleep, please do sound alerts and wake me up. Wikid says, flavour-inducing stuff. You mean like ingredients?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, ingredients. Yeah, we don't like ingredients. Who has ingredients?
We can't have anything too spicy. And you don't like peppers and onions and stuff, do you?
Oh, be careful. There's a wild pumpkaboo. That can't be how you say that in real life. Use ! Poke catch for the Pokemon. Pumpkaboo. That can't be real. Pumpkaboo. It's like it's done a Trump and then gone, boo, it was me. So you hate cooking? Yes, Tony, hate cooking. That's right. Oh no, Tony's run out of balls as well. This game sometimes, this game.
So I'm using US Field Drab as the base for the leather on my Space Marines here. Look, so clumsy.
Why aren't you doing that?
I've painted over. Oh, I need to do some touch-ups anyway, but I've managed to paint on my purple.
That looks like blue.
That looks like blue. It's Malefic Purple from Green Stuff World. It is purple, honestly. What's going on? Oh, I can't move my chair because the dog is spread out around my feet. It's got no blanket or anything under there. He's just laid on the floor.
He misses you.
Pumpkaboo has been caught by Goblin Squire Creations.
And Wicked D. Woohoo!
And Wicked D.
What's it look like? What's a pumpkaboo look like? Describe it for me, because I can't imagine that. That's not something that I can grasp in my brain. What that might look like.
I reckon it looks like a pumpkin with legs.
A pumpkin with legs. How do we find out? If you go underneath the video that you're watching to where all the information about the stream is and stuff, there'll be a little panel with your Pokemon in it, and he'll be in there looking at you going, I look like this. Red Snail says, huge massive teeth and a mean streak a mile wide. Is that from knowledge or is that just a guess? Why am I like miles off the screen? It's indeed a pumpkin, but no, like just a float. Really? Really? Are you just winding me up? A floating pumpkin. What's the boo bit then? Is that just because it's a pumpkin? Wowzers. What other Pokemon have you all caught in the game? You can join in the game if you go underneath us, underneath the video, to where all the information is, and you can. It tells you down there what to do. Oh, I think the stalk bit might be meant to be a bat. Oh.
Oh, right. I see. So it's, or I get the idea, should we say? So the stalk bit is like bat wings, and that's how it flies. Then it's Pumpkaboo because it's Halloweeny themed.
You tell us about what you're painting.
These are Alpha Legion Space Marines for my Horus Heresy army. I try to get a bit more paint on them before I have a game on Thursday.
No, you said you were gaming last Thursday, but it didn't happen, did it?
No, so this is last Thursday's game postponed to this week. So we did get a game in last Thursday. there was a couple of guys at a loose end, so we had a 3-player game, and a couple of us paired up against another player, so everybody got to join in, and we had a good laugh without taking anything too seriously, and learnt a bit of the rules, which was good. We're all still finding our feet, ready, trying to get used to the old rules just in time for the new rules coming out. So hopefully they haven't changed too much and we don't have to learn it all again. But I understand from information I have located on the internet that it hasn't changed too much. They've just updated a couple of things and they've added a couple of new rules in reactions and stuff. So when your opponent does something, you can say like, well, I'm going to counter charge, or I'm going to run away, or I'm going to shoot those guys, or whatever. That you get to kind of interrupt the return to be able to do things, make it a little more cinematic, which is cool. It's much better than like somebody moving all around me and you're sat there for half an hour waiting for them to shoot you, or just take a handful of models off. So hopefully should be pretty cool. I am aware that there are a couple of battle reports using the new rules circulating on the internet, but I haven't had a chance to watch any of those yet. Maybe later this evening with some popcorn, I might sit and watch a battle report on YouTube. I could get it on big telly. So yeah, these guys are my headhunters. These are my like sort of super special forces guys. All Space Marines are supposed to be elites, but these are like the super elite crack shots. They're supposed to take out your enemy's leaders and stuff. And these ones I have built with combi weapons. So this guy's got a combi plasma, and the other. So there's a squad of combi plasma. Awesome. Welcome everybody. Welcome raiders. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're all well. Thanks for coming. I am Mr. MLG, and Mrs. MLG is here also. And tonight I am painting Space Marines, and Mrs. MLG is painting a Boingrot Bounder.
I'm attempting to paint a Boingrot Bounder boss. Of course, that's what this is.
Yep.
So we stream until 8, and then we raid over to Goblin Squire, so please hang around with us until then, and then you get double stream goodness. Hello there, Crowley Hamster. Hey Karanoko, how are you doing? What's everybody up to? What's on your hobby desk at the moment? Is anybody doing anything super cool?
I'm going to need to find a cleaner bit of my wet palette.
You're painting, ready to play some Warhammer 30k, aren't you?
I sure am. Looking forward to getting a game in against some Imperial Fists. Alpha Legion versus Imperial Fists. So these guys that you will see in a second, because I've just taken it off camera. But these guys are my Alpha Legion headhunters with combi weapons for anti-vehicles. I know my Imperial Fist opponent that I will be playing later this week has a vehicle heavy list for his army. I'm going to use a smaller paintbrush than that. Sorry? Cultists and a Froggermoth. Cool. Trying to frantically finish an Infinity Mini for the brush off, says Kuronoko. And Battlebane just finished washing some Iron Warriors. Excellent. Excellent.
So, Korinoka says, trying to finish something for the brush off. In case you don't know what that is, the Great MLG Brush Off is a painting incentive that we have on our Discord. Every month there is a theme. This month's theme is sci-fi / aliens, and you can paint any mini, and it's just for fun, and we all look at them and think how awesome they are, and we do a showcase video, and it's to inspire you to paint more. So everybody can join in that if they want to on our Discord, the MLG Discord, which is free to join. And again, it's just for fun, just to get everybody painting and having a good time. On there as well, we do have a channel for the Reaper Channel League, so that we can discuss that and find our duos and our trios, etc. And we also have a channel for Goblin Inspiration, which is an awesome art incentive, whose theme word for this month is hell. And Hamish encourages anybody to join in with that and paint anything art. It doesn't have to be a miniature, that fits around, loosely even around that theme word, just to again get us all painting and having fun and enjoying the hobby as a community. So that's what we have over there, in case anybody's interested in anything like that, painting and having some fun times.
Here is my brush off mini. Needs a little bit of needs a little bit of tidying up around the edge of the base, but this is my Tyrannid Lictor that is going to be my primary brush off mini as an alien creature. He's part of my Tyrannid army, and it's only taken me about 3 years to get this guy painted, but this is what he looks like. And my Alpha Legion guys that you've just seen me working on are all going to have very similar bases to this, so that when they're all in the cabinet together, they all look like they've got a common theme. So this guy could be sneaking up on a Space Marine as he's like stood there looking, because the bases match.
Tony says, finishing my Dungeon Dwellers Cane Wraith and painting a few Marines for my Starfinder Scenics. That is awesome. It's looking awesome. It's in the Discord, work in progress. It's absolutely amazing as always. Crowley Hamster loves the cane. Yeah, it's cool. It is a great sculpt. You are absolutely true.
I've never painted that one, that cane wraith. I think you have.
I have, yeah. Not to the standard of Tony, but yes, it is really cool. I don't know where mine is. It's floating around somewhere.
I've just done a bit of blobbage. So I am using some nuclear white, because the areas that I'm currently painting in with this white, I'm going to be later painting with some bright reds and greens for the helmet lenses and stuff. So I'm just doing a couple of blobs of white on certain areas, so that when I come to do those colours, they can be nice and bright against the blacks and the purples. It's definitely purple, by the way. It looks blue, but it's definitely purple.
We don't believe him. It just looks blue. It's slightly darker in real life, but it still just looks blue.
I do like this helmet. This one guy, I'll hold him up in a minute. This one guy has got a Alpha Legion. I've just blobbed on his face as well. An Alpha Legion upgrade helmet on, and it is really nice. It's got a really cool faceplate. So I need to make sure.
And you're showing stuff.
Yeah, I just lifted it up a little bit higher. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I just need to make sure that when I come to highlight his faceplate, I make the most of that, because it looks really awesome. Or I think it does anyway. So, yeah. it's cool. So all this month I've not really done a great deal of RCL stuff. I've just been trying to get some existing projects done. So Space Marines, this is trying to get these done in time for Games Workshop's release in June of the Horus Heresy 2nd edition, because it's always nicer playing with fully painted models, and the Heresy stuff's gaining a bit of momentum with our gaming nights in the shop.
There's a wild Pokemon in chat. If you play the Pokemon community game, !Pokecatch to try and win the Pokemon in chat. You can find out more about the Pokemon community game down below us in the information bit about the stream. You can see that. Oh no, Wicked D can't catch it. You haven't got enough Pokeballs left. We also have Pando, who you can feed and treat. Is a little bit like a Tamagotchi is the MLG pet, and you can use your Lancer rewards to make sure that it grows up nice and healthy and strong. And for those people that use Streamloots, we also have Streamloots, so you can make us do silly things in Streamloots as well as silly things with the Lancer rewards. Just because why not? Normally on a Monday and a Wednesday, when Mr. MLG paints all on his little lonesome, you can see his face, and then you can make him wear silly wigs and do silly dances and wear hats and things like that. Slightly pointless in doing those things on a Tuesday stream because you can only see his hands.
Although Pete did play the look down the camera and say my name the other day, didn't he? And we had to kind of fold ourselves onto the table so we could do it. That looks suitable. Nice line across his helmet. We'll sort that out in a minute, but he's going to get a nice glowy red eye slit, I think, or glowy green. I think glowy green eye slit. They're supposed to be Hydras, aren't they? Hydra Alpha Legion. Oh, he's got a couple of little lights in there on his backpack. Better not miss those.
So you said that you were using the nuclear white, didn't you?
Yes, that's right.
Who's that by? Because you really like that colour, don't you?
Nuclear white from Green Stuff World. Nuclear white from Green Stuff World is a really, really nice, strong white colour that doesn't take too much like multiple coats and whatever. It's a very strong white. And I really like it. It's my favourite white currently. I like to use nuclear white from Green Stuff World, and I like to use pure black from Reaper. Use a mixture of Vallejo, Reaper and Green Stuff World paints normally, with the odd little bit of Citadel or something else mixed in. I've got some Dark Star metals that I really rate. I think they're fantastic. But yeah, basically Green Stuff World, Vallejo and Reaper paints make up the bulk of our paint collection, and they are all available at mightylancergames.co.uk. If you're a first time watcher, if you've joined on the raid, or and you're still here, then why not check out our website, especially if you're in the UK, for excellent prices on Reaper minis and many, many other hobby related items.
Nice try, Wicked D, but it's not that one. But thank you anyway. It's not that, no. It's this.
Just realised I've missed a whole guy's shoulder pad worth of studs. That's no good. We'll fix that.
My guy's looking really weird.
Why?
Because it is. I mean, the sun's not helping.
No.
It keeps going in and out and spoiling my camera.
Yeah, the sunlight's not great, is it?
No. For those that don't know, we work, our office and our streaming is in our orangery at our home. So therefore, we are basically just sat in a giant glass box. So the weather really does affect the camera. And when it's raining and thundering and things, that also, you can also normally hear that as well.
Yeah, this afternoon it was a bit wild.
And right now, the sunshine, because it is nearly 7:30 at night, the sunshine is very low and coming straight through the window and directly onto my miniature. But not in a good way either. Not in a way that can help you see. Just in a blurry, horrible, in-your-face way. You know, like winter sun. You know when you get winter sun and it's right in your eye when you're trying to drive.
Yeah, it's just over there. So this is one of those Dark Star paints I was talking about. Dark Star molten metals. They do a range of all metallic colours, traditional silvery metallics, golds, coppers, bronzes, etc. And this is one of the first paints, or the first paint that I ever used that had a mixing ball in the bottle. I've had these for a long time, but this company is still around. We sell these in the store and on the website, and they are absolutely fantastic. Can heartily recommend Dark Star paints to anybody. They're pretty cool. They're awesome. Should definitely try them out if you're in the market for some new metallic paints. Then definitely give them a whirl. They're really good. And once they're dry, you can polish them because they're that solid a finish. So definitely worth checking out if you're not aware of them already. So I've left this blade on this like scimitar here because I'm going to paint it up as a power blade. So we'll come back to that later. So I realised that I've missed, because I paint like kind of batch paint these guys so I can make sure that they all look the same in the squad. I've left this detail on the top of his helm here because I want to paint that gold. But yeah, because I've batch painted these as a squad, now I've realised that I've missed a few bits, so I need to sort that out. Like I missed the mechanism on the back of this bolter in the holster. And it was only when I was painting the leather on the holsters that realised I'd missed that, and then all these studs around a lot of these minis. So we're going to go back and just tidy those bits up.
Wait, D says, you'll have to put a tent over your heads to block out the sun. Well, to be fair, it's actually just Hamish's fault. Because when we normally stream, we stream on a Monday and a Wednesday, and that's at 8 o'clock. We start at 8 o'clock and the sun's gone. But because we start at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday and then raid over into Hamish's stream, then the sun is here staring at me, being all sun-like in the way. So it's totally Hamish's fault.
Poor Hamish. Hamish sent us a present in the post the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, did you take it to the shop?
I have. Is
it in the cabinet?
It's in the cabinet in prime position. I've added it to some other minis that people have painted for us that are in our display cabinets on the gaming floor. So in store at Mighty Lance Games, if you've never visited or you're not aware, we have a gaming floor, which is all of the first floor of the store. It's a lot of square footage for anybody that works in square feet. Sizable room, can fit quite a few gaming tables in and what have you. And then along one wall we have some miniature display cabinets. Got some classic minis in there from Ralpather and Grenadier and some other classic manufacturers, some original Citadel miniatures and the like. And now Hamish's mini that he sent us has joined their ranks as a display piece in the Mighty Lancer Games Museum.
Ricky D says, "Ooh, new competition for you. Win a spot in your display cabinet in the shop."
Yeah.
I think that'd only work if we were actually famous or anybody cared.
Yeah, we've featured a couple of minis in there, haven't we? And just the other day we set up some little display pieces that we're going to put on the walls around the store with some minis in. And one of those is going to feature minis that people have painted and gifted us, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got these ones from Deathly, haven't we? Up here,
Yep.
Was it Deathly?
Yep.
And the one that Tony sent us, I think that's in a cabinet at the shop. I have to have a whole shelf though, but that's quite large.
Yeah, it's not in there yet. Actually, it's still safely tucked on my desk at work.
But the thing is that we've had to move them recently, haven't we? We had to move the cabinets recently, so everything just needs to go back in. We made a dividing wall during the winter, but it took us nearly until the summer. We made a dividing wall to divide up the gaming floor to make it warmer in winter, because it's a very large space and there's no central heating or anything like that in the shop. So we divided it up so that we can make smaller space to keep everybody warm in the winter. And now it's summer again. Opened it back up so it's one massive space again for everybody, because it's nice and warm in the summer, but not so much in the winter.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to
gets a little chilly.
Keep everybody happy and everybody warm and everybody enjoying their games, because nobody really wants to be gaming in a coat.
No.
And it worked very well, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Yeah, coupled with some electric heaters, it did keep everybody warm in the colder months. So that was objective achieved. Where's that guy I've missed? Oh, it's here. It's this guy. I've totally missed his shoulder pad. Right then. So, apparently on the new Space Marines, I'm going to talk some more about Space Marines. On the new Space Marines, the Mark 6 Space Marines, they're in the new Horus Heresy starter set, which is being launched at some point in June. The shoulder pads with these studs on are moulded in two parts, and you have to join them together to fit them on. And that it seems that, no pun intended, that the internet is divided about this, because some people think that it's a great idea, some people think that it's totally unnecessary. So this shoulder pad that I'm painting here is resin, and has obviously been cast in one part from a flexible mould, but plastics on sprues are not cast in flexible moulds, and they are injection moulded. So the reason that they've done them in two parts is so that you can get nice crisp detail like I'm painting here, where the studs are nicely formed all the way around, and not like on this guy's leg. So he's got studs on his leg, but on the side, which is obviously fits nicely in the mould, and you might just be able to see the remnants of a mould line running down the side of that through these two studs. So these ones are nice and crisp, but these two just behind, because they're on a bit of a strange angle, they're not actually round. The studs, they're kind of squashed to one side, and that's because the detail into the mould is not fully formed because of the way that they've done it. So in order to try and make the minis look better, they've made the shoulder pads as a two-piece part for these new ones. So might be a little challenging to put together, I think. But from what the guys who've already reviewers and what have you that have already had a set and put some together are saying, it isn't too much of a problem. But yeah, some people don't like the idea of it. But I think it's just going to become the norm in order to get this nice crisp detail. So I'm hoping, I spoke to our contact at Games Workshop the other day, I'm hoping that when this new set comes around that they're going to send us a demo copy like they have done in the past. But we don't know what's happening yet, and if they do know, they can't divulge any information yet, which is a shame, but we'll get to know eventually.
Oh, there's only Pete trying to catch the Pokemon in chat. Don't miss out if you want to catch it. What is it? Cradily? Oh, I'm terrible at these days.
Yeah.
I haven't known any of them yet. I only know the basics.
What? Pikachu? Yeah, I bet. Like, has anybody ever seen a Pikachu or a Snorlax or anything that we recognise on one of these things? Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this white that I was using on their islands. I realised that I've not done the
we can do one.
Shoulder icons, so I'm just going to give a little touch of white onto this icon here, because we're going to make this green based on the art of the Legion book by Dan Abnett on the front cover. Which is why I painted these guys purple, because the rest of my Alpha Legion are like a turquoise green. I decided not to go with the metallic scheme, and they've got a regular non-metallic turquoise colour. But these guys, because I'm just rereading the book, I read it when it first came out, and I can't really remember it, and it must be getting on for 10 or 15 years maybe since that book came out. So yeah, I'm just rereading it, and it's really kind of inspired me with my Alpha Legion minis. So I'm going to follow in the colour scheme from the cover for my chaps here. So these icons on their shoulders are going to be a nice green, and then on the other shoulders, the guys who've got a free shoulder, so this guy's obviously got studs, so he's not getting a decal on his shoulder, but this guy's going to get a decal on his other shoulder. After the stream finished last night, I sat and did the rest of the walls on my building. I'll show that off in a minute when I've finished these shoulder pads. Done the white on these. I'll show you the rest of the building as it is currently. And then we might get a bit more done on that on Monday, a bit of finishing off, like tufts and extra little details maybe. That might be an idea for Monday's stream.
We've also, non-related to painting, we've also dug out our original PlayStation 1 recently. So we found the 3DO in the garage, which Nathan says he always knew was there, but I can't even remember ever seeing it in my life. But yeah, it exists, and it switches on as the 3DO, but we've got no wires to connect it to the TV. But the PlayStation, still again absolutely covered in dust, still had its wires to connect to the TV and everything, and we plugged it in, and it switched on, and the Gran Turismo works. So I was having a go at Gran Turismo, which I haven't played since the 90s. Is it 90s or early?
Yeah, 90s.
And that was just bizarre. The graphics of Gran Turismo, of which at the time were absolutely amazing, and now just look so bad.
Yeah.
But I came 5th, which I didn't think was too bad to say that I haven't played it for a very, very, very long time.
No.
It's got loads of games with it, but I can only ever remember playing Diablo and Gran Turismo. I can't remember playing anything else on it. And you said that your PlayStation's outside, didn't you?
Yeah, we've got a PS2.
So we've got a PS2. So it's just insane now how many random retro consoles that we've got that I couldn't remember that we had. I mean, I don't even game. So I mean, why we seem to have a lot of consoles for a family that doesn't really play computer games.
No, maybe we'll have to start using some.
Did anybody else have a 3DO or original PlayStation? What games did you used to play on yours? When you were Gran Turismo. What was my car? That I could remember the colour, couldn't I? Like in a proper girl fashion, but I couldn't remember what it was.
It was a Dodge, whatever it is. The
It was blue with a white stripe.
Blue with a big white stripe down.
Oh,
It was like a Dodge. It's not a Charger or a Challenger. It's the other one.
It probably is the worst car in Gran Turismo, but I just like the colours, which
I don't think they handle particularly well.
Well, as you can see.
But when you're just going round a NASCAR loop, it's not a problem.
Well, I don't know. I spent quite a lot of time in the wall, so I can blame the car then, really, and not my ridiculous rubbishness at gaming. It's all the car's fault.
The thing I liked about Gran Turismo was upgrading your cars and doing all those bits. Like you can upgrade your suspension and make them faster and stuff. And the soundtrack on that game is pretty good as well. So we've got Gran Turismo 3 for the PS2. So the graphics are undoubtedly going to be a bit better on that one. Wicked D's caught another Pokemon.
Somebody must have had. I've played GoldenEye. What was that on?
That was on the N64.
Somebody must have had that, but it wasn't me, I don't think.
Yeah.
And that's not lurking about outside in the garage either.
No.
So
no, we ain't.
But I was appalling at that. All I did was walk into. I couldn't get the thing to walk in a straight line. It just used to walk into walls constantly. I didn't need a bad guy to appear. I could just kill myself walking off things and walking into walls.
GoldenEye was awesome for multiplayer, like deathmatch games. That was what we used to play on it. It was multiplayer.
You probably had friends.
You must have had friends to have somebody that had it. You can't come with that.
But I can't think why I've played it there. Like, unless I own that and I just don't own it anymore, and maybe sold it to get a different thing. When did that come out? Did that come out before the PlayStation, or was PlayStation first?
I think that they were around a similar time.
I wouldn't have had both. I mean, like, not rich. had an Atari and played the Smurfs. And then had this PlayStation 1. But I've definitely played GoldenEye on something.
Yeah, I think it must have been on other consoles, but it was primarily on the.
And Sonic, played Sonic. What was that on? Was that a?
That was a Sega.
Was that?
So Mega Drive, Master System. What was the one that came after the Mega Drive? Was that a Saturn?
Don't know.
Saturn was a Sega console.
Maybe one of my cousins had it or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't know. So you're learning the old rules to play the new rules. How does that work then?
Well, so we're learning the old rules because it's still a great game, and if we decide that we don't really like the new rules, then we know how to play the original rules. But also because some of the guys that have been coming in the shop and playing for a little while are more familiar with the old rules. The little campaign that we've got going currently is using the old rules even when the new rules come out, because we're all currently playing the old rules, so we're going to stick with them for the time being, if that makes sense.
Sounds fair enough.
Yeah, so like the existing rules, the old rules, are not particularly bad, and only really get overly bloated as happens when a game has been out for a while. When people start playing non-standard stuff, but everybody's currently playing standard stuff, so it's not a problem.
Reginald says, was GoldenEye just on Nintendo? I don't know.
I think it might have been only on Nintendo.
Goblin Squire says, it's Games Workshop, so the rules change every 5 minutes, so you're only ever really learning the old rules.
Yeah, well, yeah. Recently, they've errated some of the new army lists as they've come out, because they've had like print problems and playtest problems and what have you. So yeah, there's been a little outcry with some of the 40k stuff that's come out fairly recently. Some of them have needed balancing because they've been quite broken, and people who are very competitive tournament players like to obviously use the most busted stuff. So Harlequins, Eldar Harlequins.
Everybody hydrate!
Thank you. Competitive tournament players were playing Harlequins when the Eldar Codex first came out, and put up amazing tournament results with the Harlequin stuff. So in an effort to balance the meta, they've powered them down slightly. And I think that the same is probably going to happen, from what I've heard, with the new Tyrannid Codex, that people have found ways to use combinations of abilities and what have you to make the army very, very powerful. Although I've got the book and I've had a chance to read the page of rules that is relevant to the way I play my Tyrannids. I use them as High Fleet Hydra. You might sense a theme, Hydra and Alpha Legion, but it's not intentional. But anyway, I've read that one page and then haven't really had a chance to digest the rest of the book. Haven't had a game with them yet, with the new rules, but I hear that they're becoming quite a popular tournament list as well. But it's always going to happen. Whatever's new is going to be popular. It's like
oh dear, I assume Pete plays the Hydra 8.
So bad.
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah. What was I going to say? So yeah, Iron Jaws in Age of Sigmar. Iron Jaws in Age of Sigmar are a very strong army until they banned. Well, didn't ban. Sorry, they increased the points. So one of the units that people used to use a lot of, which was the Gore Grunters, used to be 150 points, and they upped them to 170 points, and that actually made a massive difference to what people started taking in tournament lists, because that 20 points made that you couldn't use certain builds as effectively. So it's good that I think that GW are addressing what's happening, but for people like me who just want to play for a bit of fun, excuse me, it doesn't really matter. I don't mind. It's nice winning, but I don't mind whether I win or lose, so long as I'm having a laugh with my opponent. And that's what gaming's all about for me, is like having a good time.
There's a wild Pokemon if you're trying to catch the Pokemon. Goblin Squire says, what sort of points total is a standard game? I don't really have a feel for how 20 points affects things.
So a lot of tournament games are 1,500 or 2,000 points. So in a kind of really effective tournament list, the thing with the Iron Jaws specifically, and a lot of other kind of serious tournament players, so the way that those units stack up in terms of points is really important. So changing the way people used to build their Iron Jaws armies, at a risk of sounding like I'm trying to be too knowledgeable, is they would take 2 Maw Crushers and then several units of Gore Grunters, which were 150 points, and then they would take some supporting characters that then buff everything up. But the increase in the points made that you couldn't take things in that combination, because you just didn't have it. It added up perfectly when they were 150 points, and making them 170 points made it so that you couldn't take that kind of winning combination of stuff, because it just tipped you over the balance. So you have to take 1 unit less or take something different, and that kind of made a big difference to what people were going to use. And the same has happened with Stormcast armies. People who were using competitive Stormcast armies with one of the ranged characters, and then combining them with loads of cannons and stuff, because the character gives buffs to all of your ranged weapons in your army. There's always people out there that are going to break the game for advantage. So, just going around with the Malefic Purple, just doing a little bit of tidying up on the edges of armour before we move in with the next colour, which for these guys is going to be the green, glowy green for the helmet lenses.
Karanoka says, hold on, we're supposed to actually play games with all these minis? Well, I mean, you can if you want.
Yeah.
I don't play. Wiki D says, that not purple.
Big
Purple.
Mac Whopper, hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac Whopper, hamburger, cheeseburger,
What?
Big Mac Whopper.
No,
That's awesome. I love that.
no, I love the way you don't know what I add to the stream. No one's played that one yet. Thank you, Moxie. It did make me wonder what was going on, to be fair. Yeah. Hamburger cheeseburger. Might make you quite hungry as well. So there you go. There we go. That's what that does. Yeah. So this
thank you, Moxie.
Yeah, thank you, Moxie, for that entertainment. This is how far I've got with my horrendous little mini. The camera's not being friendly at all today. Come on, little camera. He's not quite this. He's not quite this orange. The red's not quite this orange in real life. Oh, it's not having none of it, is it? Stupid thing. Yes, we'll see you in a moment. I'll see you in a moment, Hamish. So this is my guy. So currently he has hollyberry. He had a black undercoat. He's got hollyberry. His teeth are graveyard bone. They're not going to stay that white though. And his metal is a mix between anthrax metal from Green Stuff World and gunmetal grey, which I wanted to use, but it's not quite shaken up enough. So when it came out, it wasn't gunmetal grey at all. It was just black. So it needs a good shake, which I couldn't do. So that's how he's looking so far. He's got a lot of black on him that'll need highlighting, which is a bit poopy doopy. Haven't quite learnt the highlighting blackness yet, and obviously he needs loads more doing. This is just his thin coats of red that he's had so far.
I like that. Looks really good.
He's nowhere near finished at all. Konoka says both Captain Purple and Mr. Red look awesome.
Thank you very much.
This orangey red dude and that blue guy over there. So we are going to raid Goblin Square like we always do, if I can remember how to do it. Because there'll be some more awesome painting over there. It's been fantastic of you all to join us. We've really enjoyed seeing you all in chat, and hope that you've enjoyed our mutterings whilst painting along. We will be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. What are you painting tomorrow? Oh, I'll put him on the spot there. He's painting something tomorrow. Painting something tomorrow.
I'm going to try and find something that's not a Space Marine.
Yeah, so he's painting something tomorrow, and then we are back again on Monday, where he's going to finish off the MDF terrain. So if you can, give us a follow. That would be awesome if you don't already. And we will see you all over at the other side in Goblin Squire's channel, where I'm not entirely sure what he's painting, but it's bound to be awesome as always. Tony says, I just chucked my Space Marines out of the window. I knew that trying to paint a Space Marine was a mistake. Oh, come on, I'm painting a squiggy thing. We can